Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something really interesting in production theory, isoquant and isocost curve. Don't worry, I will make it super simple with examples. So stick around. First, let's see what is an isoquant. Think of an isoquant like an indifference curve, but instead of showing satisfaction, it shows output. An isoquant tells us all the different combination of two inputs, usually labor and capital, that produces the same level of output. For example, suppose a factory wants to make 100 shirts. It could do this by 5 workers plus 2 machine, or 3 worker plus 3 machine, or 7 worker plus 1 machine. All this combination gives exactly 100 shirts, so they all lie on the same isoquant. Cool, right? Now let's see some properties of isoquant. First, downward sloping. If you use less of one input, you need more of the other to maintain the same output. Second, convex to the origin. This is because of the diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution, MRTS. Third, higher isoquant. Higher output, so moving upward means producing more. Fourth, isoquant never crosses, just like in difference curve but for production instead of consumption. Now, let's see what is isocost curve. An isocost curve shows all the possible combination of labor and capital that a firm can buy with a given budget. The formula is cost equals to wages into labor plus rent into capital. For example, suppose a firm has a budget of 1000. It can spend it like this. Option A, 10 workers into 100 each, or option B, 5 machine into 200 each, or a mix of worker and a machine that still equals to 1000. All these points lie on the same isocost curve. Now, let's see what is producer equilibrium. So, how does a producer make the best choice? A producer reaches equilibrium when the isoquant is tangent to the isocost line. This is the point where the firm produces maximum output at the lowest possible cost. At equilibrium, slope of the isoquant equals to slope of the isocost. Any point above the isocost line is unaffordable and any point below is inefficient. For example, a bakery finds that the best way to bake 100 cake is by hiring 4 bakers and using 2 ovens. This combination gives maximum efficiency within its budget. So, to sum up, an isoquant shows all the way a firm can use labor and capital to get the same level of output. An isocost shows all the way a firm can spend in its budget on labor and capital. The producer equilibrium happens where the isoquant touches the isocost line, producing maximum output at the lowest cost using the resources most efficiently. And that's it for today. Thank you.